Greetings, viewers, and welcome to another exciting episode of The Call, a program that brings you current affairs, innovative current affairs. So today we are here with a special person, an honorable person. Honorable to be honorable is not only when you are conferred the title of honorable, into the politics or so. But we are here with someone that has been impacting the life, uplifting and empowering women in this country. We are here with the founder and of course the president of Tresor Women Warriors, Madam Kumba Daffeh. Welcome to the call.
Thank you very much, African Renaissance TV. It's a great honor to be sitting here having this amazing, enlightening conversation with your TV. I'm actually also a big fan of you guys, being the name Renaissance. We are all in the Renaissance.
Now everybody has to be in the Renaissance.
Yes, African Renaissance.
It has to be the rebirth. Everything has to be the rebirth. We are expecting that Tresor Women will be having their general meeting, and of course an award ceremony. Now, but before going into that, we'll have our discussion focus on that. But, before we go into that, we want to know the inspiration behind the formation of Tresor Women Warriors. What inspired you to forming an association, of course, an association of women, and call it Tresor Women Warriors?
Yeah, Tresor Women Warriors is a women-led organization, 7,000 strong, a network of women all across the country with banners, enterprise development. We're also in microfinance. We have our own visa lending scheme, like a bank in the Nyamina. The inspiration is since I was a child, 12 years old, I had a dream that just women need to impact their lives. They may have to make decisions that not only impact their lives, but their families and their communities' lives. So I made a date with destiny since I was 12. And that inspiration has never left me. And that affirmation, I said, someday I'm going to be educated. And imagine a 12-year-old saying, someday I'm going to be educated, I'm going to be rich. When we were little, having this inspiration that we're going to be rich. So I said, when I'm rich, I will help women. I will work with women. I will help women just be financially independent. I took that dream with me to the United States. And that dream is alive today. And 7,000 going all over the country. Our headquarters in Queen, and just doing, we are all doing amazing.
I'm just amazed when you said you have your microfinance at Farafeni. I was
at Mama Fan Nyamina.
Yeah, at Nyamina actually. I was with the belief that Tresor Women is just at the King Queen.
No.
I've seen the slogan, uplifting women, to financial freedom. This is it's a catching statement that I'm very much, I'm very much happy that you have that in you, because that will lead me to the next question. That question would be, how important is having an independent, and a free woman that is able to finance her activities, and be able to stand alone.
I think the question that you're asking is a very, very relevant, important question, because this question is saying, why women? Why are we investing in women? You have your mother, right?
Sure.
And she's been very instrumental in your education, right?
Yes, definitely.
And in your upbringing. And your mother has been a teacher for you, right? And has stood up for you in many ways than one. Imagine a woman who is tasked with educating, self-realize, know who she is, why she exists, and why she's doing the things that she's doing. Imagine that woman, if she's empowered and feels herself worthy, what values would that woman give you?
It will be more that she has been doing always.
Exactly. So
she has been always been a great family.
Exactly. And also when women are given an opportunity to say, you matter, you have worth, this world will become a better place. You cannot have 52% of your population, which is women, not included, and marginalized or disenfranchised. That nation will never rise. So the answers the question, why women? Very important. And now it's no longer about a debate of men and women. It's an economic requirement for nation to build. with the other part,
Most definitely.
52% of the population. So women, important. And we should not even have this debate about men and women.
Most definitely, it's very important.
Yeah.
It is always said a developed country is a country that is able to take care of its women and also children. That's very important because women are the ones that bring us children, and also they are the ones that take care of the children. And then they are doing very well in the country. So now, Tresor Women Warriors, women are always warriors. And then you came about with the name Tresor Women Warriors. It's a very catchy name. How does that come about, the name? How does that?
If you look at the Tresor Women Warriors, it's a woman, one woman standing with the staff, the warrior, and saying, I'm accountable. I'm strong. I'm brave. I'm a survivor. I'm courageous. I'm fearless. I'm a giver. And those are all attributes of warriors. Warriors are brave. They're courageous. They go into the battle. They go into the arena and not look at the challenges that they face every day. But they are bigger than the challenges. They go into the front line, and whatever they're confronted with, they're able to tackle it, move forward, and move their army forward. So this is who we are as warriors. In everyday life, we're in a battlefield, and we should all be warriors in our lives to sustain ourselves and to make it in the world. So because of that, we feel as warriors.
And you bring up the name Tresor Women Warrior.
Yes, Tresor means a treasure. In French, Tresor, because I was called Tresor, as she's a treasure. She's a treasure. So it becomes women of treasure who are warriors.
Women that are, of course, treasure. Women are always
women
treasure.
are always treasure, and I know you treasure us.
So now let's talk about the area of focus for Tresor Women. What are some of the areas that you are dealing with?
Okay, Tresor Women Warriors, number one, the self-realization of women is key. Because women need to know who they are and why they exist. Everybody has a purpose.
Sure.
You and I, we have a purpose, why we're existing. So Tresor Women Warriors is saying we lead women to their purpose. We lead them to their destinies. And we are actually, one of the key pillars of the Tresor Women Warriors is agriculture. A very, very important pillar for us. We need to feed ourselves. COVID-19.
It's in fact an important pillar for the economic development.
Absolutely. And, we need to feed ourselves. COVID-19 has taught us a lesson. You see, I think God is the greatest equalizer in everything. And God He always sends messages to people. And when you don't learn, the message gets stronger and stronger. So COVID-19 came. Foods and goods and services were not readily coming available, and the borders were all closed. That really taught us that we need to be self-reliant. We need to grow our own food. And the Tresor Women Warrior actually started it even when the borders were closed, and it was around Tobaski time. We were actually the first one to come down to the Abuko to sell our wraps.
Wow.
Because the Senegal border, the Mali border, all of these other places were closed. So before anybody came, we came and sold our rams. We gathered our rams all over the country. We brought them. So the agriculture is a great pillar in the Tresor Women Warrior. Food sovereignty. Africa, we need to be free. You need to feed yourself.
Most definitely.
So agriculture is a very important pillar of the Tresor Women Warrior. Enterprise development. Any opportunity for trade. We are commodity traders. We trade in commodities, peanuts, groundnuts, maize, couscous, even niebe, beans. So we anywhere there's an opportunity to make money, the Tresor Women Warrior is there. So enterprise development and the microfinance. So the microfinance aspect is actually what helped us both in the agricultural sector, in the enterprise development, and also in building our own businesses.
And operational costs.
And yes. And we buy fertilizers from the microfinance, and our women go to Lumos, they buy all those commodities, and then they sit on it. Now, because before the Tresor Women Warriors, what used to happen, these women will actually take a loan against their produce, right? And they have not even harvested, and they're taking it at a loss, right? So when the Tresor Women Warrior came, not only now they are not taking loan against their produce, they are actually producing and sitting on it for months. When the prices go up, then they come and sell. So to me, that alone is it's called hedging.
It's a
In
nature
finance.
also.
Yeah, it's called hedging. And we're able to gain more money for our produce that we work very, very hard. Yeah. So these are the areas that we're in.
That's very important. But I want to draw you back a little bit. You've mentioned about the membership that you have 7,000 and they're growing.
Yeah.
How do you have the members? What are the requirements to be a member for Tresor Women?
Okay, so the Tresor Women Warriors, the network, let me explain what comprises of the network. Okay, so within that network of 7,000, 2,000 are actively working. They are actually, with the microfinance. But those 2,000, at least they do business with other women, maybe 5. They'll have each one of these women, it's over even 7,000. They will do business with Poultry Farmers Association. And they will also do business with all the women that are around the loomers, because we trade among women. That's what we do. So every Tresor Women Warriors does actually trade with 5 more other people who are actually waiting also to get into the network. So, but as they're waiting, we're trading with them too as well. And those are in the network working, eventually will uplift the other ones that are waiting to rise in the network. So you see what I'm saying? So even though if they've not been physically given the money to start their own businesses, the women that are starting their own business are doing businesses with them to uplift them. And the profit within the Tresor Women Warriors, because the Tresor Women Warriors, how it works is we will fund women. When we fund you every 6 months, we do profit sharing with the women. So 50% belongs to the women, 50% belongs to the Tresor Women Warriors. The 50% that belongs to the Tresor Women Warriors, we can actually pump it back into the women's business if they want to expand. Or we can uplift another group. So that's where we started with 100 women to now the network, expanding to over 7,000. It's over that, yes.
Now, what are the impact that you are looking at to gain, from those women that you are trading with, those women that are under your, the network of Tresor Women?
Wow, the impact is humongous. Just to be able to grow the network from 100 to over 7,000 is a great impact. And all of these women being able to set up their own businesses, being able to have a livelihood and educate their children. And just having women that lost their husband between the network and they continue to not suffer financially is a great impact. And just these women rising up in the communities that they're in to have a voice as a result of the bank they've been able to establish in Mambofana that spans over the whole of Nyamia. And just having the audacity to say, I am building my own business. And the women building their own houses. I'm talking about brick houses, 5 bedrooms, like ones you will see here in the and also being able to I think one of the greatest success, it used to be urban women are the ones that are supposed to be uplifting rural women. The Tresor Women Warriors did it the other way around. It is the rural women that worked so hard for the last 4 years that are starting to uplift the women in KMC. Imagine just that shift, that dynamic shift.
That's a great achievement.
It's a great achievement. And we entered into KMC, and the women in the rural areas are the ones who worked. And over $2 million that they brought into KMC to establish women also here in KMC. That is a huge.
And I also believe, when it comes to the enterprise development, most of these women are being trained by the Tresor Women, because I've been following the activities of Tresor Women. I've seen some instances where these women are being provided trainings. How important is these trainings that the Tresor Women is providing to them?
very, very critical, important, and very significant to the success of the Tresor Women Warriors. Because before you empower somebody, they need to know the value of what you have given them, time value of money. They need to understand that. They need to understand what profit really means, and reinvesting back in your business. And what works for you, what doesn't work. And all of these are taught to these women. And most importantly, the respect of money and how to grow money. Money needs to grow. And how you grow it is understanding your business, profit and loss. And these women all got that and gain the confidence.
And then something that is very important, record keeping is something that is very well lacking in most of the businesses in the Gambia here. Is that something that you are trying to change the dynamic as far as Tresor Women is concerned?
Well, we have to change that. It's not that something we trying to change. We have to change that. The relationship with women with money is the first thing that we need to change, because most women didn't have a very positive and impactful relationship with money. And now they do. The Tresor Women Warriors, even the events that we have, you will never see us, dishing money out like that. That's one of the pet peeves of the Tresor Women Warriors. And all these women have bank accounts now. That's one of the requirements.
That's very
form
important.
of bookkeeping too as well. And the profits are put in their account every month, and every 6 months, then you go into profit sharing. So all of these things, and it's record keeping. You have to record if you sell anything. You have to record if you buy anything. And the fact that we don't work with individual women, it's a group of women. So this allows them to also check each other, and also you have a treasurer. There's a whole structure for every group in the Tresor Women Warriors. We have over 70 presidents in the Tresor Women Warriors all over the country. So we're in Yamina, we're in CRR, we are all over the country. In Balangar area, literally Lower River region, North Bank, Jokadu, like literally all over the country. In all the regions.
It's really inspirational. I'm already inspired by the activities of Tresor Women. Now, a lot of projects starts in the Gambia here, but then they have a problem of sustainability, and sustainability is something that is very much important as far as we are concerned. Now, what are the activities that you are doing that you think would be is different from what others are doing, and that it will be able to help you to sustain this project?
That is the first thing that we looked at. The Tresor Women Warriors is a project that just didn't come out and just said, "Oh, we're just uplifting women." There's a feasibility study that we did in this country before we established, and that feasibility study showed us the reason why most of these projects fail in this country. The lack of accountability is one, lack of ownership is another, and also people not being held accountable for the responsibilities that we've bestowed onto them. So the Tresor Women Warrior look at all the structures. And when we go into these communities, we also pick the ones that we can work with. And set the structures. The structures are very, very solid in terms of we have an accounting system too as well. And if you ask me, in 2000 because we established in 2019. If you ask me 2019, March of 2023, what did the Tresor Women Warriors, that month, what was the profits for all the women in that month? I'll just pull the accounting system and type it, and it will come out. Women in Balangar, women in Mamufana, women in Jaikunda, women in, and all of that will pull that out, and we'll see if you ask me any date. So we have data, we have the structures in place, and these women every month, we have project coordinators that help them coordinate their efforts, their banking deposits. So also, the Tresor Women Warrior sustainability is the key to everything that we do. Because without that, let's not even do anything.
Most definitely.
And because of that, we have been here for the last 5 years. We're coming out with our report. We're coming out with how much money we invested, how much every group, and every group has a report card that, every student you have at school, you give them a report card. The same thing, so everybody has a report card, and there's a consolidated report of all the women all across the country, every single one of them.
That's great. That shows how important report keeping is. It's very important.
Very, very important. And
I think it's very important for accountability too. If you have the report for each and every individual that is in the Tresor Women Warrior, it is very important to be able to account. And like you said, accountability is very important, and it has a very good relationship with sustainability. Yeah. So now let's talk about the big event that is coming. That is the general meeting, and of course the awards night.
Absolutely.
So now what brings about this the awards night. I know general meeting is of course something that has to be there. But what brings about the awards night?
I'm beaming with so much joy. I cannot tell you how proud I am to sit here.
Well, all those women at Tresor Women are really warriors.
They are the most dynamic women I've ever worked. The women of the Tresor Women Warriors, I can sit here and talk about them forever. Tenacious, very loyal women. These women are absolute warriors in every sense of the word. They're determined. So January 6th is a day where we will show the tenacity of these women and how far these women have gone to really the achievements these women and the success that they were able to account in this country. And most importantly, under very difficult circumstances, how they rise to be together. Because this country, what is difficult is the unity in purpose. But these women have been able to unite under one purpose of financial empowerment and work to uplift other women. So look at the selflessness in that. Look at the courage in that. Look at the resilience in that.
That shows how they are warriors.
I love the Tresor Women Warriors, and they are my inspiration. And we have had so many breakthroughs. So for that reason, I cannot wait for them to talk about what this work means to them. So we will also hear the voices of the Tresor Women Warriors. We will also see, what Tresor Women Warriors have done to invest in this country, what we started, what we piloted, where we are in terms of the network of the Tresor Women. Net worth, meaning what we are worth. In the Tresor Women Warriors.
From this event, what are the expectations that you want to get from that event?
Literally, we are just to show the jambaria of the Tresor Women Warriors, and to show that we are one. What unity can do. What is really development? Let me digga. Let me jump into digga. And what is also discipline, financial discipline, what that really means, and just what it takes to have a vision, and sold that vision to people, and those people bought the vision and make it their own vision and their own ownership. So now the Tresor Women has been given to the president of the Tresor Women Warriors. So they're taking it to the next level. So now we're going to show that.
The ownership has shifted to the membership.
The ownership has shifted now to the membership. And then we're also going to be honoring some of the most dynamic Tresor Women Warriors and also the stakeholders who have invested into the Tresor Women Warriors. So that day is a day of joy, of achievement, of highlighting these amazing things and the women, what they've been achieved and how much women love each other.
So what is the specific date for this? Like the day and the time for the program? What is when is the time?
January 6th at 10 a.m. at Camp Quinella. Continue to join us to change lives. Our headquarters is there. We wanted to be close to where our people are. And this is where we are. And we built this magnificent headquarters. So people are going to be welcomed into the headquarters. And then we go into the field to do the most amazing. And then food is going to be provided.
Yeah,
that's
very important.
All the food, let me tell you, is produced 100% buy the Tresor Women
Well,
Warriors.
I think I've missed that point. What are some of the products that Tresor Women have? I think I've missed that point.
And those products, when you come also, because we're going to have Lumo Day that day too.
So
It's going to
take
be
us,
Lumo
take us,
Day.
take us through those products.
Okay. So we're going to have Wonjo because we big producers of Wonjo. We will have groundnuts. We will have peanut butter. We will have even gawe. We have women that mine gawe. We will have gawe saf and fresh gawe. And we have also churai, the women that make churai and sell. Literally anything that our women sell. If it is being produced in the Gambia, our women will bring it there. On
Hope
that
there
day.
is groundnut. That's something that disruption.
Yes, there is groundnut. And also that day, the food we're going to have chere.
Wow.
We're going to have
There is
nyele.
someone behind the camera that
Nyele.
chere
We're
disruption.
going to have nyele, chere ak sauce, chere ak nyeh. We're going to have nyele. And we're also going to do benachin. And even the rice is going to be produced by the Tresor Women Warriors. So everything, the wonder you're going to drink, is all from the Tresor Women Warriors.
Well, this is happening on the 6th of January.
Yes.
And it started in the morning. If you don't come early, you don't have the food. So,
There will be enough food.
so now, before we close this, let's, have, every enterprise, every, organization has challenges. What are some of the challenges that Tresor Women, have been facing since inception? And then, how are you able to, to avoid those challenges?
Well, we actually, as a Tresor Women Warriors, of course, there's challenges. Whatever you do in this country,
It's challenging.
I mean, it's very, very challenging.
Most especially bringing people
Yes, absolutely. You've rightfully said it, bringing people together. But when things are built under the right mechanism, and there's transparency, and everything is clear, and you have a structure and you have a value system. So we go by the Tresor Women Warriors value: support each other, oneness, in unity, and that's as we said, kuyobu sa harit sa boka o sa wujachi sere tenga ko bai. Tresor Women Warriors says that. You should never be jealous of another woman. You should be your friend's keeper or your business partner's keeper. We're collaborators, not competitors. Tresor Women squashed the idea of competition among our women because we brought them together. Yes, the challenge is, of course, you go to certain communities, some people, they're not about unity. But then we're able to figure out who they are and we pack them aside. And the Tresor Women Warriors is actually, it's very serious about just supporting and making sure we're all on the same page. So, but also the leadership. Leadership, I'll tell you, everything is leadership. Strong leadership is very, very important. And when you're calling people to something, you have to be that first before you can ask people to be that.
Leadership is very important.
It
determines the efficiency.
By example, when I came to the ground, the Tresor Women Warriors, 75% of them farmers, I became a farmer. So
you can see a portrait that you are.
I am a farmer. I started 4 years ago. So I know all the challenges. I mean, I know the issues that women face with land rights for this country. I mean, this is one of the things that the Tresor Women Warrior is actually going to work in the next 5 years. Land rights for women. Because without women having access to land to produce, this food sovereignty and this food security we talk about in the country is not going to be a reality. Women need to own land if they're going to be financially independent. So these are all part of it. But the challenges are many, but the challenges are really an opportunity.
Sure.
Whatever the challenges that you have, it actually strengthens you more and then you forge on. Yes, financing also could be a challenge because if we had more money, we could have done more. But you don't wait until you have what you need. You actually work with what you have now, and that will bring what you need. And that's the Tresor Women Warrior model. Work with what you got and grow that. And after you grow it, you can reinvest back, and other people will come in and say, hey, and that's what is going to happen. I want to be a Tresor Women Warrior. I want to invest in the Tresor Women Warriors. Yes.
Indeed, challenges are, what entrepreneurs see challenges as opportunities. Of course, that's very important. Now, let's look at the prospect of Tresor Women. What do you want to see? Where do you want to see yourself in the next, coming years, 5 years or so?
Actually, you're asking me, I'm smiling. It feels like we're already
Yeah,
there.
already there.
You see, this is as the leader of the Tresor Women Warriors, as visionary leaders, and not only me, so many other visionary leaders. Because Tresor Women Warrior, I'm the founder and the president, but we have like other 90, 70, 80, 80 to almost 90 something presidents now, because we have new groups that entered too as well. And they are all visionary leaders. We have, teach them about leadership. And I'm very, very optimistic for the future of women in this country. The future is we want to establish our own women's bank in this country. And I'm smiling at that prospect. It feels like I'm already seeing it in front of me. And that's what leaders do. We're not, we already see it before it comes. So, but we are working towards that, a women's bank. And in agriculture,
And I believe it's you are going to achieve that
Yes,
very
we
soon.
are.
Very, very soon, I believe.
sooner
Looking at
than you
the
think. And mechanization. Because food sovereignty, and because I talk about that a lot, and we cannot, achieve food security without mechanization, without access to this land that I'm telling you. So we're going to actually mechanize our agricultural activities, and then also partnerships, collaborations. So we are just going to blow this out and partner with anybody who's developmental oriented, partner with the government, partner with corporate. We want Gambian. This is homegrown.
Indeed, local problems needs local solutions. Well, viewers, we all have had that. Of course, this event is taking place on the 6th at Kiam Queenala, and it is starting at 10, from 10 to 5 p.m. Well, so now before we close this, who are the partners, for this day?
The women of the Tresor Women Warriors, and we're also because as I said, Tresor Women Warrior, everything that's coming next year is coming sooner. So we also have some of our sisters that are also coming in with a fund to bring in money to pump into the Tresor Women Warriors, amazing women. We have SMI, Cherise Mullins International, a wonderful sister of ours, who's also American, but realized, trace her roots to the Jola ancestry. So she's actually coming. And also the stakeholders, the women that have invested in the Tresor Women, Coaches of Influence, who is also a Gambian, Dr. Margaret Ellis, coaches dynamic youths in this country. We actually now are uplifting women in her network too as well. So that's also a partnership. And Aji Kumba Daffeh, it's a stakeholder. Our Conte, Musa Dabo, Jatumbai is a stakeholder in the Tresor Women. These young women, even whatever money they have, they bring it into the network and all that stuff. So many other women
And
that are
of
investing.
course, African Renaissance TV network.
Let me tell you, I am loving African Renaissance TV already. And because of that, we already pledged the Tresor Women Warrior. Because, what you do is very inspirational to us. Because African stories need to be told in the most positive way. And to bring young people together and with your good attitude and your smile. I just love you guys. And because of that, you guys are also a partner now.
So
we are very delighted to also have you as partners for the Tresor Women Warriors.
And then we will be there, inshallah, on the 6th.
That's
we'll be there to grace the
and I pray that God will strengthen this TV and take it everywhere, and you have amazing content and positive content.
Thank you so much.
To show the amazing work that Gambians are doing.
Thank you
so
so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Well, viewers, that brings us to the end of today's edition here on the call. And I am here with, of course, the founder and president of Tresor Women. We have all had, this has been an inspirational institution that brought women together to uplift them, to have financial freedom and also be able to establish businesses and, of course, on things within themselves. So from us and of course the Tresor Women Warriors, we are inviting you on the 6th at Kian Quinala to come and celebrate these women. They have been doing so much. They have been doing great for the country and of course for themselves. So from us, the African Renaissance TV, we are sending you a happy new year, and of course we pray that we have a very wonderful year. The 2024 to be a prosperous year. For us. Thank you so much and bye from us.